Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Friday Night Beer League here at Dover Motor Speedway. Week number 2 of their Premier Cup season. I'm going to be joined here later by Kevin Kyle, so he'll join later. He's running a little bit late from work. But we got a fun, action-packed race coming up for you guys. I might cut off just a little bit just because I'm making sure everything works. But it should be running all smoothly. We're going to focus here on qualifying. Make sure I hear everything all right. So if you excuse me for... So I believe everything should be all right and ready to go. I looked at my phone, so sorry about the pause there. But we're going to pay attention to qualifying here. Something different that I'm going to try, so I'm going to put up the timer for you. See if I can change it up just a little bit. Yeah, here we go. We're going to get her worked out, fix the bugs and all that fun stuff. But I think it's a 2-lap qualifying here. So right now we're on board with Joe Vulpes in the number 12 Geico's car. Some of you from the Bonfire Racing League might know him for the 13, as I still can't get my tower to work. So we'll just run it like that. We'll have their times up there at the top. For their best time, actually. I should probably get it that way. Still working out all the kinks, but should be all right. Now I notice that the title's a little bit different. Eventually we'll have to get that fixed later. It's outside my pay grade. So it should be all good. I'm glad. I see that we got Charlie McCarty in the chat, so I'll be paying attention to the chat just a little bit just to make sure if anything's going to go wrong. Do I get paid? No, I do it out of the kindness of my heart. Or at least that's what Kevin told me to say. We got a few more that still got to qualify. But right now, Matthew Fleming in the number 88 putting it down a flyer of a lap time with a 23:045. Right on board here with Kyle and not in the 988. See where he lines up. It's going to put him 6th for his first lap, so he's going to have one more lap left to go here for the qualifying. It's still showing some guys, but we're going to try and keep it up here. It's going to be a little bit glitchy. It's going to move people around. If I knew what I was doing, I could try and make it look good. We'll try it like this. Putting stuff on my screen that's not supposed to be there. Apologize once again, everybody. There we go. That's much better. Let's see what I can do here. that's David Medina coming down
Hey,
pit road.
JD.
We will have radios for everybody, so if there's any tempers on track, we'll be sure to hear them. If it gets too out of hand, we may have to pull back the range just a little bit. But I believe that should wrap it up for qualifying. So we're going to be heading to green here with David Medina on pole. See if I can get it hooked up here. Maybe somebody gets on track. We'll have a camera on him. Yeah, here we go. Oh, nope, we're still in qualifying. Shows you what I know. See what we got here. Got 2 minutes left. That's what it is. I'm figuring out. I'm getting the hang of this. Work out the kinks all here. Got a lot to learn here, doing everything for actual production. But here we go with Jonathan Wright, just to have a little bit of action on screen for you guys. There we go. We got the best lap times up for you guys to the 100th of a second. But Bonfire regular David Medina is sitting there on pole with Matthew Fleming in the 88 for the Beer League representing. And Andrew Bolander, one of the MRL Xfinity guys that we known from the past, in that number 4. Or that number 3 spot in the 4 car. I should specify when I talk. But Jonathan Wright in the 04 getting it on pole, beating David Medina there. See if we can see his best lap time. Was a 22.96.
JD.
It's done.
I see you.
Less than a minute to go. I don't think we'll have anybody else.
Now he's going to pull typical JD fashion, go off turn 1, spin out.
It actually means he won't even lead a lap.
Facts. Every one of y'all can fuck right off.
Getting messages from everybody helping me out. With Pim helping changing the title,
JD,
so
if we didn't fuck with you,
I appreciate
that means we don't like you.
Pim Luth definitely knows what he's doing from the other side of the computer. But I appreciate all the help. But here we are, 5 seconds ago. I don't think anybody else will make it, so I believe that is it. So yeah, we're going to throw the race info back up there. Friday Night Beer League runs every Friday night session. It's opening up at 6:50 Central or 7:50 Eastern. This is week number 2. Last week, David Owens got it done at the opener at Texas, and he's also the reigning champ. So reigning champ getting the first win at the opener. So we'll see if we can get the different winner here for week 2 at Dover. Right now, temps are 71 on track, 43% humidity with an overcast and 2-mile-per-hour wind. I'm Jared the Showboat Kelly. If I forgot to mention that, I'll be joined later by beautiful Kevin Kyle. We got to get him a nickname. So, but yeah, about a mile along this racetrack here in the city of Dover, Delaware. And we should have an exciting race for you. A little bit of a short track, breaking in the corners.
What's up, Fuji?
But it should be a good time.
What's going on, RJ?
I'm going to put it here.
Oh, no, it's just
if I can find a good camera angle, we'll do this one here.
No, it's the 01, I'm the 02.
But there's the field down pit road. Dave Medina on the outside, still waiting for Jonathan Wright and Michael Lamper to get on
Happy to have you back, and thank you all for being here.
as we listen to the driver Drivers
This race
meeting.
is not broadcasted. We got half a season this season. And one thing I didn't have time to do last week was throw a huge shout out to Kevin Bullock in the 01 and Michael Lanfear in the 13. Between us three, we were able to fund and sponsor the broadcast for this season. So just a huge thank you to them. And stage is lap 75 tonight. And it's the debut of the late model stocks. So it's going to be an exciting night. Oh, and my fault. We are broadcasted on Cavic. I forgot. Those guys are jumping in and they're doing us a freebie tonight. So huge thank you to Cavic. Yeah, thank you, David. So good luck tonight, guys.
All right, driver's intro's done, and now we got the cars on track. So if those drivers are going to get their belts tightened and everything, let's take a look here. Once I find where my cursor is on my screen, there it is. We'll hop on board. We'll look at Jonathan Wright there in his car. Jonathan Wright leading them on pole. That's David Medina, my fault. Jonathan Wright, there he is. 31-year-old iRacer out of Carrollton, Georgia, as I'm reading it correctly, in that number 04 car. With David Medina from Orlando, Florida, funky cold Medina from the Bonfire Series. But we're going to get back on track here. Take a look at this field. So we see the pace car lights are off, so we are going to go green this time, I believe, as the pace car does pull down on pit road. We're going to go green here with Jonathan Wright. Going to have a shove probably from Matthew Fleming in the number 88. But here we go, racing at Dover. Good jump there for the 04. A little bit of bump there from the 51 as they go to turn number 1. 88 going to try and look low on the 04. The 04 is going to come up. That outside wall will catch drivers off guard, so pay attention to that. Dave Medina going to try to run that top lane up there. Wait for the tires to warm up. Hopefully he doesn't lose any spots. Further back, we'll see if we can find any great battles with Kyle Annott fighting the, I believe that's the 1 car, Brandon Parker.
Sorry, Tucker.
Looks like the 99 of Goodpaster. If I butcher any of these names, I do apologize. I am only an amateur. Got a little loose there. Looked like on the center of the back straight or the back straightaway. Kyle Annott is going to look, as we do have a battle up front with Mitch Diamond. That Parker's just on a roll as we're going to ride on top of that number 65 car. Exactly see what's going to go on here from the top. As Matthew Fleming up front battling with Jonathan Wright. Sit there, now we can kind of see everything.
Go ahead, RJ.
Oh, thank you, Rubber Duck.
Does look like there might be an issue for Robert Hissong. He's sitting in pits right now, going down pit road. Major damage, definitely gotten to the inside wall there. Bad luck there for the number 8 car. But Dave Medina losing a few spots, probably trying to save some of that tire there for a long run. As we stay green after Robert Hissong got into the inside wall. He's going to be 2 laps down. David Owens in that number 11, the reigning champ, sitting back there in the 10th position, making a move on the 89 car of, I believe that's Owen Bridges on the GameStop number 89 Ford. Field's kind of spread out, but further back in that 16th position, the 02 of Robert Babcock slowly catching the 988 of Kyle Lynott, sitting there on the rear bumper. He's going to look to the inside there. We're sitting on the rear bumper of Kyle Lynott. As Robert Babcock starts with a run there towards the top side. He's going to back out of it, though, to enter the corner. But Brandon Parker making a charge up front in that Toyota.
Thank you, Ed.
So far, so good throughout the field. Well, that one car has a lot of speed here in the early goings of this race. Probably in that time frame, I probably should have done my research to see what the fuel runs would be like here, because I could probably predict that we're going to see some green flag pit stops tonight. Ed Ryan and Andrew Bolander fighting it out there. Two guys, I believe, that were on the third row at the start of this race, falling all the way back. Or they've kind of stayed in their positions, both losing about one spot from where they started. But Brandon Parker in that number 1, 8 spots up. He is the hard charger at the moment. This is a momentum racetrack. Gotta keep that momentum up. Any lift or tap into the wall, you're gonna lose all that momentum. You're gonna get freight trained by the cars around you. But single file right now throughout the field, but there's a huge train further back in the pack there, and it all starts with Kevin Bullock in the 01. We saw the 988 get up into the wall just a little bit there out of 4. Talk about that momentum. It's going to open the door for Robert Babcock in the 02. Slowly but surely, Matthew Fleming in that second spot, gaining a little bit ground on the 04 Jonathan Wright. As we see that car get a little bit sideways there, he's leaning on that right rear tire. But Dave Medina back into that third spot. We saw him fall back to 4th, but he was able to get that position back. Still got a lot of work to do to try and catch up to the leader, but it's all possible within that 9 car. Still a close battle between Ed Ryan and Andrew Bolander, with Joe Volpes in that 12 creeping up on them, followed by Matt Tucker in the number 25, as Andrew Bolander is going to give up the spot to the 51. This is our biggest group, I believe, right here, battling in the mid-pack throughout the top 10. Joe Vopa's high up on the wall, had to get out of the gas hard. It's going to open the door for the number 25. And then there's Mitch Diamonds waiting in the wing, trying to pick up the scraps. He's going to get a run on the inside, see if he can do anything with it. Clear the 12. Or he'll have to fall back so that he doesn't slow down. But Matthew Fleming giving up that second spot while we're watching this battle to David Medina. Like I said, David Medina gaining a little bit of ground. Hard work going within that number 9 car. We'll see if we can ride on board with him. Just a little bit of wheel movement, smooth steering wheel for David Medina. Not fighting the wheel or anything. This is great data that we can see. Got up to the fence a little bit. We heard it there. Right on TV, David. You got up into the fence. Yeah, that throttle management on board with the number 9 car. And here he is, slowly gaining time. Pull up the numbers there. Dave Medina slowly been gaining the lap times on the leader, Jonathan Wright. Smooth and steady. Right now, he would not want to be Jonathan Wright. Sitting there with Dave Medina sitting right on my rear bumper.
Great save there, Mitch.
Thank you.
Dave Medina having to get out of that dirty air, put some downforce on the front nose. We see him diamonding the car and get a huge run down the back straightaway. He's going to look to the inside of Jonathan Wright. See if he can clear him. Oh, Jonathan had to back out of the gas there. He's going to lose a lot of momentum.
Rubber duck, I don't know how I didn't hit you.
Matthew Fleming just getting an epic view of this battle up front for the lead, but it is a new leader with David Medina. But further back, I think we had a little bit of trouble. They're stacked up here. Saw it there on our long shot down the back straightaway watching the leaders. Oh, as the 12 and the 25 simultaneously hit the wall, mirroring each other. Joe, you're not supposed to follow the guy in front of you to the wall. It's going to slow both of them down. But this is a great battle here for the mid-pack.
Sorry, Jack, I got a little too hot.
Yeah, I was locked in pushing it. You're all good.
Mitch Diamond gonna skate away there. He's gonna clear this field and he's gonna try and gain more ground up front. If I remember correctly from the driver's meeting, there is gonna be a
yeah, I seen that.
competition yellow stage break there on lap 75. So I think a little bit before then we might see some green flag pit stops. We're gonna try and pit early, try and get the lead, get some valuable stage points. But there is this group. It is a mess. David Owens trying to move around, try and gain any momentum he can, running that top lane.
I just hope that big group burned their tires off more.
Little 3-wide action almost. Oh, there's the wreck. We're seeing it here first. Wreck between the 51 and the 11. Oh, T-bone. Big damage there.
They start the other two.
We're going to try and rewind this, watch it again at a different angle.
I don't know about y'all, but y'all see smoke, you tend to stop and not drive through the wreck. I like then, like trying to find what
So
three
David
that I
Owens in the
started, David.
51 getting involved, and then Roger Babcock trying to slow down and get out of the way, but just T-bones number 11. That's huge damage. That's going to put him at the back of the field. Because I do believe they get a fast repair. But we do see pit stops here happening at Dover Motor Speedway. It looks like majority of the field's going to come in. We're going to ride on board with Dave Medina. I believe that's 99 who was caught up in that wreck on accident. Along with, I believe that was Robert Hissong. Or Jeffrey Goodpasser, I believe. No, Jeffrey Goodpasser in the 99. I'm getting all these names mixed up. I should just stay to what I know. Try not to talk about what I don't know. I sound smarter that way.
Which isn't much, Jared.
Oh, here it is. The man of the hour, Kevin Kyle, sneaking into the booth with me. Because I don't have any of my sound for when anybody joins, snuck up on me and threw a curveball at me, and I wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah, man. Just got in. I am going to load up the old race here. How's it going there, Jared, tonight?
Yeah, it's going great here. Caution here on lap 35 involving season champion, last week's winner, David Owens. Him in the 51 of, I got to read it here, Ed Ryan. I'm learning all these new names and everything. I feel like I'm in a whole new place. That's going to bring out our first yellow, Kevin, believe it or not, with a stage yellow coming up at lap 75. So these drivers have around 4 more laps.
That's awesome, Jared, especially at Dover, such a tough track.
You saw that too, right, Jared?
Really some high talent here in this lobby.
Yeah, you go.
No caution still right now until I got in here.
I think you're just the bad luck, man. I hate to break it to you.
It's all right. You need to shake it up a little bit here in this lobby. You need to stop caring about so many people's feelings. And it's Friday night beer league, for God's sake, man. Let's crack one open and have some fun out here.
I don't have anything around me because I was busy setting up cameras and everything. So.
Oh, yeah. Not stressful at all. That was probably a piece of cake.
Well, it was until I realized that I didn't change the name of the broadcast, and I don't know how any of that stuff works, but Pim helped me out there. And I'm grateful for Pim coming in the clutch there because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I told Pim. I was like, I'm at work still, and it's Jared's first day on the job, so you're going to have to help him out.
But yeah, Jonathan Wright inheriting the league after first round of pit stops happening with Brandon Parker in that number 1 car. We saw some short run speed or quick short run speed. Yeah, I'm right.
Roger.
And but Dave Medina, who was our leader, he's sitting all the way back there in P10.
Matthews is not going to be happy about that.
Well, we're going to get to see David Medina in traffic, which doesn't happen too much in some of the other leagues we watch, Jared. So it's going to be interesting to see him work his way through traffic here on the short track here. So definitely going to be, keep your eyes on that battle. And I'm just about loaded in to keep up with you there.
Well, we all know when you love it when somebody runs away with the win. I know your feelings about that.
It's very... Well, Jared, you're gonna bear with me. Keep it going. The session crashed on me, so it's gonna be another second or two here, a minute. It sounds like you're doing a great job.
Well, I hope so. I don't want to disappoint anybody. Mitch Diamond forgot that we were broadcasting these races.
Yeah, I told Mitch there we try to do a couple here and there, and then you're just so enthusiastic about it, Jared. I said, yeah, let's do Dover, baby.
Hey, I can't be late on the first day of the job. That just puts a bad reputation. But the pace car lights are off, and the pace car coming down pit road. And Jonathan Wright's going to lead onto the Geico restart zone from that top lane, coming out of turn 4, but I believe on some older tires. So we're going to have to watch for some wheel spin, or we might get another early yellow. But everything looks good. Jonathan Wright away clean with Mitch Diamond in the number 65 following right behind him. Further back, it looks like Michael Lampier is going to try and block up this second group. People are going to try and be antsy to get around him, and Dave Medina is in this group, so we're going to be paying attention to this, make sure no accidents happen. look
Doing a
like-
great job, Jared. I can just close my eyes and picture what's going on the track right now.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad I have a way with words. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out, but Dave Medina was involved in something. You had me distracted there, Kevin. That's massive damage to the left
my
side.
guy.
Well, we were just talking about it, Jared, about how David's going to see how he can work through this traffic, and it looks like
Just
he was
on
not
this
able to
and
work
yours.
through it that well as, like you said, Jared, taking massive damage. Maybe
They
you could
start going in
get
the
a,
fray.
I
They
don't know how
start
your
going in.
replay situation is, but
I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, but we're going to try and see what we can do here. We're going to try and get on board. We heard that the 51 said that it was a dive bomb, but we'll have to
Seems
see
as
if I
if
can
my
find
luck
the
from
right
last
camera. Here we
season
go.
is carried over.
And we're going to slow her down here. But yeah, it gets in there hot. Ed Ryan coming down on the number 9 car, turns him sideways, and Dave Medina keeps on trying to go up to avoid it, but they both get up into the fence. So that's going to be a little bit of damage for both of them. Nobody else was involved, but David, I hate to tell you this, but that's not how you successfully pull off a bump and run.
Don't do it, David. I'll protest it.
I don't.
all right, I'm in, Jared. I can see what's going on now.
I'm
There we go.
protesting.
There you go. I got
This is
sound.
bullshit.
I was still on the slowdown thingy-bobber button thing.
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
All these
Fucking
fancy
scoring
buttons up
loop
here.
is
There's
what
one up
fucked
here
me.
that says nuclear bomb. I don't know if that's like fireworks or what.
No, Jared, that's I think that's for the driver interviews that
Oh.
we have to do sometimes here and there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have a blimp cam. I'm learning all the fancy stuff here. We're gonna look. We'll try Chopper. Chopper's I think is a better camera angle. No, it's not. We're gonna stay with TV3.
TV3 is nice and wide.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, and I get to see the whole field, see all these fancy paint schemes that we have on board. Plus, we get to see that old pace car driver, and I believe you're gonna like this, Kevin. I believe that's Jason Landry inside that pace truck there. And believe it
Oh,
or
the
not,
honorary.
yeah, and I believe he's led more laps here today than most of these drivers.
Well, that is awesome to see Jason Landry in that Chevrolet Silverado leading these guys here in the second race of the Friday Night Beer League. I know Jason's probably in there having a great time, having the old Molson. But too bad for Jason because USA World Junior Hockey, they won the gold medal. And I don't know where Canada even placed in that tournament, but go USA. And shout outs to my friend Jason Landry there.
Oh, so he's your friend now.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Those weren't the words that you were using at the end of the season for Bonfire.
What I say behind closed doors, Jared, stays behind closed doors, please.
Oh, we don't have any closed doors here. No, they took the hinges off our doors.
All right. So it looks like one of the Friday Night Beer League's champions, prior champions. I can't remember. I think it was in Cup Series. Looks like Brandon Parker's up there in front. Jared, how's he been looking?
Yeah,
looks like
He's been fast, a little bit of short run speed there. We see him fire off real quick. He's going to be leading us here. I believe those pace car
I'm gonna stay down
lights
here
are
and
going
get
to are off, so we are going to go green this time. But yeah, a lot of short run speed out of that number 1 car. We saw him moving his way up through the field as Dave Medina is going to go 3 laps down there, get that damage repaired. So he's going to hope for a couple more yellows before that stage yellow to try and get back on the lead lap.
Hey, Jared, and just to confirm with you, what lap are you on?
We are on lap 43, and Kev, I think if you hit I don't know what button it is. It should be it looks like the skip button with the line on the right-hand side. Yeah.
I'm with you. I just want to make sure it was lap 43.
Yeah, that
And
should
4.
be the live one.
All right. It looks like no one's really came in to take tires yet either. Is that what it looks like, Jared? Everyone's still on the first set?
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I think Dave Medina was on a fresh set of tires there. That's why he was further back through the field.
Okay.
But that's not important anymore because we are going to go green this time. Pace truck down pit road as I try and find my cursors so I can move cameras and everything. But it is going to be Brandon Parker, leading the field of green. He takes off with Mitch Diamond in third, alongside with Jonathan Wright on that top lane. Brandon's going to leave that bottom open for Mitch Diamond, but he's not going to be able to get the run out of the corner. As Jonathan Wright got loose but saved it, he's on the bottom of the racetrack. Got a real good view from the old bumper cam, as now Mitch Diamond's leading his first laps of the race.
Yeah, good to see Mitch Diamond out in front, getting some fresh air on that car. Gonna see what kind of lap times he can put down, see how many laps he can lead here. I'm sure he's glad to be out there, out of the way of all this traffic and out in some fresh air.
Well, I think he's going to want to hold on to that until about 30 more laps, and then that's when you start getting some stage points. So he's going to try and hold on here for 30 more laps at Dover, which could be a handful in itself.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up, Jared, on the stage break. So, yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind as this race progresses.
Well, Kev, I'm glad I got you, but Joe Volpe is making some ground there on the top lane in that number 12 car in 9th place. Battling there with Andrew Bolander and Goodpaster, Jeffrey Goodpaster. Kind of running the mid-pack there. I'm not sure if the top 10 get stage points or if it's like the top 8. I'm not really sure how it all works out.
I think here in this league, I looked, it was the top 7, I believe. It was
okay.
The 7.
So we'll pay attention to that, as the top 7 are going to be getting paid out stage points. But Joe Volpe is in a hornet's nest right now. They kind of look like the 5 side on the dice. 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and Joe in the middle. Oh, and Joe gets loose. Can he save it? He does. He's digging. Great job, Joe, there with the save. Woo, that makes your blood pressure rise.
Yeah, Joseph gets that car back under control, Jared, and we take a look at the 9 having problems earlier on in the race, as he's going to have to now deal with being on those fresher tires and working around traffic. But is it even worth it to you know, get more wear on those? Oh, we got a car loose there a little bit, Jared, as that black car gets down below on the apron.
Yeah, that
right in
was
front
Matthew,
of the 51.
Yeah, that was Matthew Fleming, I believe, or was it Kevin or Robert Hissong in the number 8, I believe. I think I saw multiple people get loose.
Yeah, it looked like the double 8 there. I saw the
so
black and blue.
Matthew Fleming with the Flem Dogs, number 88 Chevrolet. Getting a little loose there, but this kind of midfield area, it's kind of getting backed up with traffic. People running maybe a little bit out of patience here as we start winding down to that yellow that people know about. But we also have varying strategies. But it looks like does look like Matthew Fleming is 3 laps down as well. So that wasn't any loss in positions there for Matthew Fleming.
They might have, so that maybe Matthew and Ed and Robert might have took some tires there under green flag conditions.
Yeah, and I just saw the number 8 of Robert Hissong get up into the fence, tapped it pretty good there. But Jonathan Wright falling back here, I think he's on those older tires and they're not quite working out for him like he'd want to. He's falling all the way back down to P10, which isn't in that points paying range. But he's like, look here, David Owens making some moves, getting up into that point paying spot in 7th. But Kevin Bullock on his inside, not going to make it easy for him. Just like that, David got the spot and he has to give it up. And that 01 car is running away.
Old Kevin Bullock, I think that's a teammate of old David Medina from a different league.
Yeah, well, different thing with the Friday Night Beer League. There is the draft where these guys get drafted into different teams, but it does look like they are part of that BMC team with Kevin Bullock and Dave Medina. So old teammates reunited again.
Looks like Matt Tucker in that 25 car is starting to get a little bit closer to the back bumper of Mitch Diamond. Behind him, you have Brandon Parker also joining in that battle, but the 25 looks poised to make a move here.
Yeah, he's watching that 65. 65 just kind of sliding just a little bit. The car's getting a little tight. Nose wants to push up on him. So he's going to be easing into that throttle. We saw Dave Medina earlier diamonding in the corner, and that's how he's able to pull about a 2-second lead before the first yellow came out. But yeah, you're right, Kevin. Matt Tucker right on the rear bumper there of Mitch Diamond.
Yeah, and it looks like we were speaking about Owens earlier. Jared, looks like Kyle Lynott has now made the move on David Owens, but Owens looks like he's battling back now, maybe going to start using up some of that tire he has maybe saved as that battle between Kyle Lynott and the 51 of Ed Ryan are battling, but that Ed Ryan is a lap car. Keep that in mind.
Up front, Matt Tucker and Mitch Diamond, they're side by side there, and don't forget about Brandon Parker sitting there in that third spot. We're going to ride on the nose or the roof of this car, watch this battle. Still side by side, but Tucker leads that lap. About 15 more to go here before that yellow comes out.
25's to be real careful out of exits out of these turns. That's a real good place to lose it, especially going to have a car on your outside shoulder like that.
Yeah, you don't want to wash up into him and get him into the fence either. But here comes the one of Brandon Parker, but nowhere to go. Could we see him part the Red Seas and go through the middle? That'd be a bold call there from the number one car, but it does look like they're going to go single file back out.
Yeah, Mitch did a great job of keeping him on the inside and not letting him have that exit he wants to make that pass. And Matt Tucker probably just didn't have enough tire there to make that move to be able to, dive bomb him to give him a slide job.
You know I love my slide jobs.
Hey,
So yeah, Kevin, you said you were running a little bit late. You texted me saying you were picking up a load. I hope you're all right after that.
Yeah, I am. I am okay. I was able to dump the load also. So load was picked up and dropped off, and I am back here in one piece through the Southern California traffic. But another day in the books.
Well, Kevin, I hate to tell you this, but Southern California traffic's kind of like this battle with Andrew Bolander and Joe Volpis. If you look at this, is this kind of what the traffic looks like in Southern California? I mean, is it this fast?
No, it's a lot slower and a lot more cars.
Oh, 12 got sideways there. Woo.
Yeah, he holds on to it, keeps it off that wall. As Joe seems to be using a little bit of higher line and then bringing that car back down the track, trying to exit as straight as he can. The 04 gets a little bit up there into that wall, almost touching as they're 04 and the 4 having a battle.
And also the 89 of Owen Bridges is going to head down pit road. So we see him drop down on our timing tower. So he is down pit road, probably getting some service done before the yellow comes out, and that's going to try and maybe put him to the lead. If he gets out in time and is able to get a few laps down. Well, Mitch Diamond almost pulling it to a 5/10 gap, but it's slowly falling down as he's approaching lap traffic further up in front of him. He's going to have to manage that traffic there. First time we're ever going to be seeing lap traffic get involved with the leaders.
Yeah, and just take a look at Matt Tucker now, Jared, how far he has fallen back from these two cars. Is that little maneuver he tried to make that pass for the lead has set him back quite a bit. He might have used up all he had now.
Well, and especially when you get blocked down there and you're not able to fully get up on the exit of the corner, you're losing basically a whole lane of the racetrack. So when you have to dive it into that bottom, you're holding it at a more tighter radius, kind of scrubbing off some of that tire. But here it is, lap traffic, the 04 of Jonathan Wright. I'm not sure if these guys are teammates.
That wasn't very teammate-like there from Mitch Diamond in the 04. Is the 04 almost like a little bit of a roadblock there for the 65?
Well, Kevin, I was nice to you when I was introducing at the start of the broadcast. I had my nickname in there, and I didn't use your nickname that I gave you. We gotta try and think of a better nickname for you, something to put fear in the driver's eyes.
10-4. We'll have to work on that in the in our off time, Jared, as that seems like there could be plenty of nicknames for me.
Well, I didn't think roadblock was fitting enough for you, so I decided to leave it out there.
Thank you.
Mitch Diamond got a little bit loose there, as it's going to be around 3 to go before that stage yellow comes out. And I believe it's when the whole field crosses on lap 75, or at least half of it, is when they throw the yellows. So there is some more lap traffic in front of Mitch Diamond, but I think he might be able to hang on here. No, he's not. He's sideways again. Oh, hold it, Mitch.
What a great save by the 65. Let's see if Brandon Parker is able to pounce on that mistake.
Oh, he's about sideways again. Woo! Those tires are hot. He's going to definitely want 4 new tires when he comes down pit road. Right on board here inside the car with Brandon Parker to see the actual gap in front. Be able to see his RPM and gear, as he's going to get a huge run out of the corner, and I believe that's Mitch Diamond giving up the lead and the stage win.
Yeah, Mitch just didn't have enough to hold off that number 1. And what a great move there by the number 1 to pick up that stage win right before the conclusion of it.
That is the stage, gentlemen.
And there it is, Brandon Parker getting that stage win. I'm not sure how many points. I'm going to try and cheat here and see if I can find it real quick. I know they say it every once in a while.
I can help you too there,
Here it
Jared.
is. I believe it.
Oh, you got it?
Stage points. First place, that's 5 stage points. All the way down to
Pace car coming out of 2.
6,
Middle of the
where it
back.
goes down to 1. So 4th and 5th will share 2 stage points. 2nd with 4 stage points. 3rd with 3 stage points, and 6th and 7th with 1. So Mitch Diamond's not coming all empty-handed with 4 stage points, but I'm sure he would like 5. And we do see some pit stops happening here with Brandon Parker going to head down pit road, and that should bring the whole field with him. We do see some guys that stayed out. David Medina being one. I'm going to try to probably get one of his laps back through the wave around. See if I can get the pit road camera. Here it is. We're going to see some racing off pit road. David Owens going to be the first one out pit road. He's going to beat Brandon Partner and Mitch Diamond.
Hey, Mitch, I was supposed to
Then
get the
Matt
rush job, but I had a
Tucker
meatball fight for some reason. I
think
guess
that
they
was
did
Kevin
that.
Bullock right behind him too.
It's because
Kyle
your
Lanai
tires are probably
And the
flat.
99 of Jeffrey Goodpasture. Andrew Bolander beating out Michael Lampier as I'm reading it off. I believe that should be Joe Volpes coming out next, followed by Matt Oplinger. There's Dave Medina coming down pit road. He's going to get a service for the lap down cars. All of the lap down cars going to go in around the same time.
Yeah, Jared, so it looks like 73 laps left in this race. We're almost there to the halfway point. But it's going to take a moment here probably to get these guys all situated and pit cycles completed as we get ready to go back green flag racing here at Dover. But this is one of the more demanding tracks, I think, for these drivers, Jared. Real slippery coming out of these turns out of 2 and 4, and just like you said, the side-by-side racing, once you can get there, it's a whole nother battle on making that pass, as we saw the 25 of Matt Tucker fail to make the pass on Diamond and then fall back, and he's going to be ending up in P4 here at this, or P5 at this restart.
Well, Kevin, I think me and you have the same mutual agreement that we hate getting passed, but one thing that we can't pass up on is those pancakes at IHOP. About time we mentioned one of our partners with IHOP, the International House of Pancakes. Love getting our little IHOP pancake action on.
That's right. That's right, Jared. Please don't forget to check out your local IHOP and get that fresh and juicy, fresh and fruity breakfast menu anytime you want it. They are open 24 hours a day. They also got the big Colorado steak omelet. Can't miss that either. So visit your local IHOPs and tell them your friends here at the Cavalcade Racing Network sent you.
You take the outside partner.
Don't actually tell them that, because we're not actually
Yeah,
partnered with the International House of Pancakes. We're just here to create a joke.
Hey, David, did you take 2 or no tires?
Trying to get intel on
This
David.
will be a surprise.
David Owens is being asked if he
He said
took
a
2 or
gentleman
4
never
tires.
tells.
RIP, 1 car.
Well, Kevin, would you actually tell them what you did on that last pit stop, or would you try and keep it a secret?
No,
I'm not starting in first gear, regardless if I had new tires or not, though.
I never tell. Looks like those lights are off on that Silverado. Jason Landry in there, big smile on his face as he's the grand marshal of this race today for us. A lot of black and red cars out there on the track. Seems like a big theme here at the Friday Night Beer League. Even their
Yeah, man,
logo's
the
black and red.
Hey, it's just a common color concept. But David Owens is going to lead them to the Geico restart zone from that top lane, as the leaders do get lane choice. But he's going to take off their green flag back up in the air at Dover, and the 11 is off.
Looks like the one's trying to fight him for it, but can David Owens keep the momentum on the outside line, or does he want to concede that spot?
Yeah, the short run speed out of that one car is massive, as David Owens almost got to the outside fence there coming out of 2 or 4. Probably had to get out of gas there. He's going to lose all that momentum.
The 01 seems to be sliding back just a little bit as he's battling it door to door with the 8. And also looks like Kyle and Knott and David Owens now side by side. Oh, the King's Hawaiian Bread, number 99. Looks like he might be having some issues there. Might have got a little loose. As the battle between the 4 and the 988 are starting to really heat up. The 4 gets a great run off of exit as the 988 tries to bring the front slam the door close on him, but he can't get there in time. Now the 4 being impatient. Looks like Owens is really trying to save his tires here. That's his game plan, as he's kind of letting some of these cars take the inside lane, and no worries for him as he knows what he seems like he knows what he's doing here. As now Kyle and Knott and the number 4, Golander, both make the move past Owens. Our leader right now, Brandon Parker, out to a little bit of a slight lead. Him and Matt Tucker doing a great job of leading this race as Matt almost gets into the back of Brandon right there. And here comes Mitch Diamond up in third place. Keeping pace with these guys up front, but I think the tale of this story is going to be tires. As the 25 gets a little bit loose, they're trying to make that move on Parker. Is he be able to complete it this time? He failed the last time trying to take the lead. Is he going to learn his lesson, or is he going to stay being aggressive and fight Brandon for this spot? Looks like Brandon's going to give up that spot to the 25 with no real fight. But I think Brandon's playing the long game right now. We'll see how this plays off and watch those lap times as the race continues to tick down.
Well, Kevin, I appreciate what I usually do for you and call out the battles on track as I move these cameras around.
Yes, sir. It's fun and rewarding.
That is one way to put it.
All right, Owens has slipped all the way back now. The P10 started on the lead lap. He's on P10 right now. We don't know how many tires he took. There's a rumor he only took 2. Not sure what he's doing here, but I think he knows what he's doing. He's playing the long game here, maybe saving a set of tires for later on in the race. As the 51's trying to get by the 9. This is a battle for more lap traffic, basically.
Well, the 51 is on the lead lap, and the 9 is still 2 laps down, so it is not for position or laps.
Thank you, Jared.
But I would hate to burst David Owens' bubble, but I'm looking at the times, and his last pit stop was 7.83 seconds, so that is a two-tire stop.
Could be fuel only, too.
I don't think it's fuel only.
Okay.
I think that was 2 tires. Because the guy right in front of him, Michael Lampier, only had a 4.82 second stop.
Taking a look at Joseph Vulpes and crew. One of the closer battles on track right now, but besides David Owens battling it out right now as he continues to slide down the standings as he's now P12.
Well, Andrew Bolander is creeping up on the 65 car of Mitch Diamond there for that 3rd spot, that podium spot. He's going to look to the inside there, see if he can try and get a run on the inside of the 65.
Such a hard pass to make, trying to make speed and get the power down with the car on your outside. I got Opplinger here getting maybe under attack or attacking someone. Nope, I was mistaken. I think that was just... Oh, no, he is kind of closing speed on Joseph Vulpes there in the 12. I think he might get there eventually, but my timing tower is just a little bit off there.
Well, on the stream, we are showing their last 5 lap times, and lap 93 and 94 for Matt Opplinger was faster than Joe Vulpes. But that lap 95, that last lap, was only about 800 slower, so I think the gap's kind of settled and it's kind of running in the same spot.
Yeah, and take a look at his songs, Robert Hissong's times. He's up there on the upper part. He's running P13 right now, but his lap times are competitive with the rest of the group, so we'll see if he saved enough tire. Oh, as we have a car down, looks like Fleming, Jared. Fleming's down on the apron by pit road right now, by the entrance.
Yeah, he's going to come down pit road here, I think, maybe to try and make it to the end of the race. Not for sure.
Very slow, though, Jared, or is that just my eyes deceiving me here with pit road speed?
Well, pit road speed is around 35 miles per hour, so it is coming to a creeping call as we're going to see these leaders fly right past them. Just that speed difference between coming down pit road and being on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's going to put Matt, what, 4 laps down, Jared, I'm showing?
Most likely, yeah.
If not 5 or 6 after this is all said and done. But another blow here, the number 88 of Matthew Fleming.
Well, we're back on track, and I'm on board with Kevin Bullock and the number 51 of Ed Ryan. These guys are really close to fighting it out with each other, and Dave Medina just sitting behind watching.
Yeah, David Medina still 2 laps down, along with Robert Hassong, only 1 lap, and Jay Wright and the number 04.
Oh, and the 01 got turned by the 51 there, it looked like, but saved it.
Oh, he's still trying to hold on to it, Jared, the 01. Oh my. We'll have to see if that alcohol's hitting the veins yet to see if we get a retaliation here from the 01. But, you know, we don't come here on Friday nights to play it safe. We come here to race it hard, baby. Let's see some action, you guys. As it's an I don't know, Jared. 01 might have got those tires real hot and might be struggling now a little bit after trying to save it.
Yeah, well, he was almost sideways through corners 3 and 4, so... we're on his onboard right now, and we hear his throttle and got up into the fence just a little bit there. We heard it as he's getting passed now by some other cars. But yeah, right now that Ed Ryan not making friends with that BCM race team. First being involved with Dave Medina, now Kevin Bullock. If he wants to get the quadfecta, he's going to have to try and get Mitch Diamond, and I believe that's Brandon Parker.
Did you say quadfecta?
Quadfecta, that's what I said.
Okay.
I made it up. Like trifecta?
Well, that's a thing.
Oh, is it? Well, I'm not a scholar or a genius.
Well, if you were, I don't think you'd be driving a dirt car for one.
Oh, and the 51 got a little bit sideways. He's heating up those tires, and I think he's scared of that number 9 car catching up behind him. All right, David, here's your redemption. Get into the rear end of him. Hit that rear bumper. Come on. Just imagine that 51 and number 55. What would you do then?
I would just be very neighborly to him. You know?
Well, we know.
I don't know why you're trying to stir up trouble. I don't understand.
I'm always trying to stir up trouble. You know that, Kevin.
Well, these two, what is that, Kevin and the 51 of Ryan, Ed Ryan. This is interesting. I don't know if they're going to make it clean getting through here, or if there's going to be bad blood.
Well, I think it's going to be clean. If I was to know David Medina, it'd probably be clean. Not really sure what the racing etiquette rules are here. I usually see them and then I just blow right through them because I don't listen to it.
Yeah, that's just suggestions.
Yeah. Yeah, ask Jax Duval what racing etiquette is.
Oh my.
That one wasn't entirely on purpose, if you believe it or not, Kev.
Well, let's see what we got here. Looks like Wright's putting down some nice lap times right now. He's in 14th place right now. But also a lap down. So keep that in mind. I did not see his lap down. Sorry about that, Mr. Wright. But great job going right now. But Kyle Anott running 4th place in that 988 suicide prevention car. Doing a good job.
Well, he just got up to the fence when you said that, Kevin, so he
Good,
put the
good.
old broadcaster curse on him.
It looks like they're starting to single file out here for the last couple laps. Jared's starting to settle down and put some laps down with only 39 laps left remaining in this race. And I suppose they are due for another pit stop, correct? Another pit cycle?
You know, that's a very good, I would think so, but I don't know for sure. I didn't really crunch the numbers beforehand.
Yeah, no, I put you in a bad spot there, Jared. And I do really appreciate you coming through and getting the stream set up and doing such a great job getting everything together short notice like that. So just big shout out there to you, Jared, and for all you do, man. Really appreciate it.
Oh, it's no big deal to me. But Matt Tucker and Mitch Diamond back up front. I believe Mitch Diamond took the lead from Matt Tucker, the number 25. So we're back at where we started there before the stage yellow.
But we'll have to see if Matthew Fleming, I believe his teammate is Matt Tucker, so we're going to have to see if we got some team action here. I think I actually might be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. They're not on the same team, so we're going to be seeing any team help here.
No, and 88 is 6 laps down right now. So
Hey, I could be 20 laps down. I'll still help a teammate.
that's right.
I thought didn't. Something.
Oh, 25. Something wrong with the 25, or is he bringing down pit? He's bringing down pit lane.
Yeah, he's going to bring it down pit lane. He's going to come get his service now. He's going to try and pull the undercut on the number 65.
Joseph
Joe
Volpus
Volpus.
also brings it. Yep, brings it
Yeah.
in hot.
I think that is a team action between Matt Tucker and Joe
Joe Volpus. I think that's a team.
You know what, Jared? I will get to the bottom of the teams right now and just to refresh all our watchers and listeners on some of the teams we have out here.
Mendina, you on first tire?
Six five footy.
And Mitch Diamond's going to bring it down pit road here on 117. He's got to get woed up, though. Try not to spin out. He's going to miss pit road.
That's what that is.
That's going to be a huge time loss there for the number 65. As that last lap was about 5/10 off of what he did the lap before. So that gap he was fighting with Matt Tucker with is going to be gone. Is he going to try and bring it down pit road this time? No, he's going to keep going. He's going to try and gain that gap back. Oh, Brandon Parker, Ed Ryan, and Michael Lamp here is going to bring it down pit road
So
for
not
their
this lap
service.
either, Mitch. Yeah, it's not fault.
Oh, Mitch Diamond having a little bit of trouble getting it down there on the apron. Almost hung it up. Oh, the one gets side. Kyle Nutt gets sideways coming down pit lane, Jared.
Oh,
988.
and I think we've seen that before in real life too. Somebody
I
trying
don't
to get to
even
pit
know how I
road
just did that.
on Dover,
And it-
but
And that car going by right there. Damn, I can't see that car from here, but looks like he was going to go into pit lane and had to avoid it and get back on the track. So that's going to cause him to lose some time also there.
yeah, I think that might have been Andrew Bolander. If I was to judge off of times.
Yes, Jared, that's what. Yes, it was. That's who it was. Thank you for clearing that up. It looks like a 22 from this high up in the air. And I'm so high up in the air because I'm in the farmersonly.com blimp. You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Big shout out to them for providing their air support here at Dover. And once again, big shout out to them and our rest of our sponsors here.
Well, we're on
Thanks,
board
sir.
with the farmersonly.com blimp. Looking at Matt Tucker, who should cycle to the lead after these rounds of pit stops go through.
Talking about Bolander, looks like that number 4 car hit the brakes a little too late coming in the pit lane. I'm wondering if he's going to get a speeding penalty here. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
I believe that's David Owens coming out of pit road now after his service is done. Right now, all on track is Jeffrey Goodpasser and Robert Hissong. And Jonathan Wright, I believe, are the only people still to make a pit stop. And Dave Medina. I see Dave Medina's in the pits right now.
Well, Jared, this race is just flying by. 26 laps left in this thing.
Yeah, I was just about to say we're coming up close onto where my overlay goes from 124 down to 25 to go.
Oh, that's right. You have that nice SDK overlay.
Yes. High dollar stuff here.
That's right. That's right. Only the best.
Put up the track map there for our viewers just to see where all your favorite driver is on track, as we are still on the blimp focusing on Matt Tucker.
Kyle Lynott just threw down one of the quickest times today. That's a 22.805 from Kyle Lynott in the number 988.
And I believe the 8 car just announced that he's going to come to pit road, so he's going to have to make his way onto the brakes and try not to spin out. I think he made it through okay.
And Robert Hissong is part of Full Send Motorsports, and that is also a crew of Andrew Bolander, Cam, Ed Ryan, Joseph Volpus, Matt Tucker, and Owen Bridges. Yeah, everything pretty quiet right now. It's just going to have to see if anything brings out a caution, or we're going to see some comers and goers with the tire situation. See if anyone can make some big last moves here at the end of this race to catch up to the leaders.
Yeah, Mitch Diamond's about 1.5 seconds away from Kyle Lynott, who's in second. And Kyle Lynott is coming with a vengeance to the number 25. He's going to be throwing down some fast lap times, like you said, Kev.
Yeah, we'll see if he'll have anything left for him and once he gets to Tucker.
Michael Lampier and Kevin Bullock are pretty close together. I believe Kevin's got the fresher tires and the faster car. We'll have to see if he can try and make the pass here on the number 13. Kind of loose there in the center of the corner for Kevin Bullock. Just going to force him out of the throttle and allow the 99 of Goodpasser to get a huge run down the French straightaway. But just as he had that run, it's gone away and reversed it back to Kevin Bullock through the back straightaway. Further back down into the lap traffic, Dave Medina, David Owens are racing for position there. Both of them are 2 laps down, but still a lot to fight for there, as there's some valuable points to be tossed up at the end of this race.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to David Owens' car there to have him struggling right now, back in 14th place. He's usually up there battling for the lead and up there in the front pack. Wasn't sure quite what happened, didn't catch what happened to him, if anything did. Maybe this just isn't one of his stronger tracks. He definitely does a great job at the intermediates, 1.5 mile tracks.
Well, I threw up the pit stop strategy stint lengths. As you can see, some of your favorite drivers there have a number next to how long they've been out on this set of fuel and tires.
Jared, we need to jump back up to the front here. I don't know if you got eyes on the 1 and the 25, though. The 1 is on the back bumper of the 25. As the 25 gets loose, coming up against the wall, but Kyle's just trying to set up this pass. As it's going to happen. It's just how easy is the 25 going to give up this spot? Or is he going to fight for it?
Yeah, you said the 1. I was thinking of Brandon Parker. But
I'm sorry.
I got what you mean now. I was like, wow, the 1 moved up pretty quickly. But there is the move to the inside. See if he can complete the pass.
Ooh, he's holding on to it. Nope, looks like Kyle's going to make that pass no problem at all. But now the question is, Jared, can they hold off Mitch Diamond maybe? Because I have a feeling Mitch might have a little more tire left underneath him, as those two might be battling out with a lot of pressure here, but there's still 13 laps to go, but they're short 13 laps. So see if Mitch Diamond's got anything left here in the tank to try to make a move.
And Brandon Parker is catching up to Joe Volpes. He's going to the inside there for that 4th position. Strong run here out of Joe Volpes as he taps the wall. Put a little bit of a curse on him there. I'm sorry, Joe, for that.
Yeah, but that's just Joe getting all he can out of exit, trying to use every bit of that track and get as much momentum as he can coming out as he looks underneath Brandon.
But back up onto that podium spot. Mitch Diamond has caught up to Matt Tucker there in the 25. He's going to look under him, tap him a little bit. Rub him.
Tap.
Oh,
it's going to cost him. It's going to cost him the tap that went too far. 1 tap, 2 tap too many, Mitch Diamond, as that's going to send Mitch Diamond all the way back to 4th place. And what an ill-advised move by the 65.
Yeah, and that's going to allow Kyle Anott to kind of run away with this as we're 11 to go. 2 seconds is the gap there separating 1st and 2nd. But we'll have to see if Matt Tucker can rebound there. He's going to have to try and catch him basically a 10th per lap if he wants to get close to him. Actually, it's going to be more than that, 2/10 a lap.
Yeah, that just opened the door for Kyle Anott, saved him for Mitch Diamond, because I don't think there's any way Mitch is going to be able to overcome that mistake. Does it look like Jared under 10 laps now left in this race?
Yeah, about 8, 9 to go when the or 8 to go now.
Roll in to go low.
As now Kyle Anott has to try and manage the faster traffic behind him, that being Andrew Bolander. But Mitch Diamond is back up to the rear bumper of the 25. See if he can get it done this time. Looks like he does. Or I don't know if this is just a setup for the 25 to get back at him.
No, the 25 is not going to be able to touch him. Mitch is still too fast. The 6 laps. But you know who's hauling the mail right now is Goodpaster running in 7th. He doesn't probably have time to get there, but his lap times are quite a bit better, almost a half a second faster right now than the leaders.
Well, and the battle is heating up between Volpes and Parker. Joe Volpes looking to the inside of the number 1 car with some familiar faces in the 11. No! Every time we go to a close battle, it always ends with somebody in the inside wall.
Joseph, what happened? That was mid-pack. I mean, I will have to go back and take a look, but not sure what happened there to the old 12.
Well, let's see if we can find another battle of ruin with Kevin Bullock and Michael Lampier. Hopefully we don't put a curse on these guys again, or that'll be 3 in a row. As it looked like Michael Lampier got a little loose there at the top of turns 1 and 2. Saved it, so no worse for wears there. But also, you're right, Kevin. Jeffrey Goodpasser is slowly catching up to, I believe that's Ed Ryan.
Does he got enough time? I'm not sure. It's going to be close.
Kevin Bullock and Michael Lampier side by side here as they keep battling hard. It almost ended with somebody in the inside wall. We're going to go away from that as we're going to follow Kyle Lynott here with 1.5 laps left to go.
Oh, and Pastor does make the pass on and Ryan. No problem at all. So Goodpasser picks up a spot.
Down the back straightaway, just half a lap left to go, half mile left to go for Kyle Lynott to make it to the end of this race. Didn't lead the most laps, but he led the most important. That's the last one, so it's going to be Kyle Lynott in the 988, winning here at Dover. Mitch Diamond coming in second, and Matt Tucker there in third, with Brandon Parker and Joe Volpis in that top 5.
Yeah, Jared, what could have been for Mitch Diamond in this race if he would have played his cards a little bit differently? And a great run there by Kyle. I like Kyle Lynott a little bit. He's got the same last name, my last name as a first name, so it's pretty good.
Thank you, sir. I cannot believe that I spun going on the pit road.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Spinning on pit road and coming back to win the race. Kyle Lynott rebounding here. And we're going to see, watching him do his burnouts.
Ooh, almost caused a little more damage there for the mechanics as he slams that right rear quarter fender into the safer barrier wall.
He'll get it eventually. Little straight line burnout here action.
Nice win, Kyle.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Jared, how'd it go for your first race producing it like this, man?
Had a little bit of hiccups, a lot of stuff to learn, but definitely a good time. Not as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah, your first time's always the hardest. So after that, it just gets easier, man.
I believe Kyle Lynott is going to bring it to victory lane here at the Dover Motor Speedway. But we're going to pull up the results here to see how everybody did, if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. So Kyle Lynott winning the race over Mitch Diamond by 2.3 seconds, followed by Matt Tucker, Brandon Parker, and Joe Volpis, that top 5. Jeffrey Goodpasser, Ed Ryan, Kevin Bullock, Michael Lampier, and Matt Opplinger in your top 10, followed by Robert Hissong, Jonathan Wright, Andrew Bolander, David Owens, Dave Medina, Matthew Fleming, Owen Bridges, and RJ Babcock rounding it out there for the end of this race. A lot of hard hitters there wrecking out here at Dover. So we should see a change maybe in the point standings later tonight. We'll keep you updated in 2 weeks when Cavalcade comes back. But next week it is going to be going back to, I got to figure out who the broadcaster is. Max Speed TV.
Max Speed with Joshua and Jeremy Medlock.
Yeah, so we'll be coming back. See if I can find the schedules here. Yeah, we'll be coming back to Talladega. Here we go, Kev. We got a good one for next time we come back at Talladega.
I'm not
Super
sure.
Speedway.
I don't know. We get Talladega. You might have to double check that.
I'm looking at it. Actually,
There's
no.
no asterisk.
No, okay, we get Homestead. We don't get Talladega. We're not lucky. I thought it was alternating. So we'll be back next week, actually.
That's right. And we get the Charlotte Roval. I mean, I am super excited for that one, Jared.
Oh, I'm glad you are. Maybe
I mean, you should be too. You with all your road course prowess.
yeah, I
So
don't. We'll have to see. I mean, I've been doing a little bit of road course racing with the Canadian Jason Landry on Wednesday nights. So while you're doing the Xfinity stuff, I'm in a Toyota GR86 racing with Jason Landry, getting my butt kicked every night.
well, that's good, Jared. Well, hey, Jared, I'm gonna get going. I need to sign off for myself, but if you'd like to get us on out of here.
Yeah, we'll be wrapping it up here. Thanks everyone for watching, and especially if you're watching the replay. Statistics show that you're probably watching this replay sitting on the toilet. But after that knowledge, we're gonna head out here. Great broadcast from me and Kevin. Really fun night here for the Friday Night Beer League. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Showboat out.